Hey, what's going on, guys? Today's Monday. Welcome to Xperiences with Sadiq. I definitely had to invite one of my greatest friends since childhood. And this individual, his name is Juan Rodriguez. If you guys don't know Mr. Juan Rodriguez, he actually owns a company called the Winners CircleVR. So I had to actually invite this individual, this young man, my best friend, my mentor, I guess you want to say it, to the show on Xperiences with Sadiq. Welcome, Juan Rodriguez, to Xperiences with Sadiq. Thank you for coming on to the show. I hope I gave you a great entrance, because sometimes I could probably be the worst, or maybe I exaggerate things, but in this situation, there's no exaggeration. I love this man to death. How's everything? Break down who you are, what you're about, what the Winner Circle is all about, and talk to them.
Awesome. Hey, thank you for having me, Sadiq. I'm Juan Rodriguez. I say I'm an educator and an entrepreneur. I'm an educator in the sense that I teach at a middle school. I teach technology at a middle school, and I'm an entrepreneur because I have a small business. It's called the Winner Circle. Sadiq briefly explained what Winner Circle is. So Winner Circle is made of two components. It's an educational piece and it's the entertainment piece. The entertainment piece is where we tailor our event specifically for whatever you're hosting. It could be a birthday party, it could be a bachelor party, it could be a corporate event, and we'll tailor our event. We'll tailor virtual reality to cater your participants, to cater your guests, and we provide headsets with a library full of experiences and games for the guests to enjoy. The educational piece is just a reinforcement to help kids learn more about what they were taught in school. So it's very engaging. It's very different than what's being done right now.
Now, what is the Winner Circle VR? Is it a virtual reality gaming system? What is the Winner Circle VR?
So Winner Circle VR is a mobile virtual reality arcade.
Nice.
So instead of you coming to the arcade, we come to you with the headsets.
Wow.
We set up in your garage. We could set up in your office. We could set up in your house. Anywhere that you feel is comfortable to cater to your guests.
Nice. So Juan, quick question. All right, what got you into VR? Because I know you're a videographer by trade, but what transcended to allowing you to be able to start doing virtual reality? What do you see that others don't see in regards to the virtual reality realm of things?
I first got into virtual reality a couple of years ago. I'd say it was probably in the 90s I first tried virtual reality with Game Boy.
Wow.
And not with Game Boy, with Nintendo, I'm sorry.
Right.
But over the years, the technology has advanced. And I said about 4 or 5 years ago, I tried virtual reality on PlayStation, and I fell in love with it. I mean, I grew up being a gamer. As you mentioned, I've been producing videos for a couple of years now. I'll say about 15 years. And virtual reality is that perfect hybrid. It's a little bit about video games. It's a little bit of video production. And when you mix them both up, you create this 3D world. And it's so amazing, all the different things that you could do with it.
So I guess my question is to you is what is the future of virtual reality for real estate, if you have any insight in regards to that, and how does that tie into each other?
The future with real estate and virtual reality will be the 360 tours. Nowadays,
explain what you mean by 360 tours.
So it'll be virtual tours. You come in with a 360 camera. It's a small piece of camera with 2 lenses on both sides. You can see it right here. It's becoming more affordable nowadays. Where you could take a couple of pictures inside of the property. It could be commercial or residential. And you put the pictures together where it provides a tour for the person who's interested in looking at the property.
How much does one of these things cost?
Those range. There's different prices for different cameras. I believe it starts at $400. It could go up to like $5,000.
And it does the job that it needs.
Yeah, it definitely does the job. I mean, there's other components attached to it. There's different softwares. There's different programs that you need to create the virtual tour. You can't just step in there with a camera and take some pictures.
Yo.
I mean, you have to put it together. I mean, I'd honestly advise, and I'm not just saying this from a video producer's perspective, but hire a professional. Don't be the real estate agent that tries to take the picture, edits the pictures, and all that stuff. I mean, hire somebody who's professional, who's going to put it together for you, and you don't have to worry about that part. You can focus on selling the house or showcasing the property.
Now, it seems like with what's going on right now with the whole coronavirus and this uproar, this fear, this scare that people are frantic about, they losing their minds right now, right? How does virtual reality play in the role of a real estate agent who has a listing property, who's trying to sell this property, but they frozen, right? Right now, everything's on a standstill.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry about that. So right now, it is the perfect opportunity to provide 360 tours, just because everybody's isolated, everybody's stuck at home. Yeah. This is something that you could send off to a potential buyer. Where if you have a 360 tour already produced, you could grab that file and send it to your buyer, and it's just a small file that you can email. And the buyer would feel like they're actually there. I've had people tell me that they put on a headset or they look at something in virtual reality that they're telling themselves, well, I know that I'm not actually there, but their palms are sweaty or their heart is racing. Yeah. So they have the sense that they're actually there. So it's very effective. I mean, I'll say it can do the job.
Does it actually bring that different type of feel?
It does bring the different type of feel. You definitely, if you put on the headset, you definitely feel like you're in there. There are people who do get motion sickness, and you don't necessarily have to put on a headset. You could just track your phone. You could grab your phone and just easily slide your phone over, and it actually spins the camera around. It feels like you're actually in the actual room.
Let me ask you this, Juan. For those who don't understand augmented reality, all right? I'm not sure if it's the same thing as virtual reality or whatever the case may be. So, Juan, if there's a difference to augmentation and virtual reality, can you please break that down so I guess there's a clarity of how that operates and how that works?
No, definitely. So virtual reality and augmented reality are two different things.
All right.
Virtual reality, you're actually putting on a headset and you're diving yourself into that technology. Sort of like you're stepping away from your world and you're diving into that virtual world. Now, augmented reality is different because you're bringing that technology into your world.
I don't get it. To me, that's a little confusing. I guess. Listen, I'm not the smartest man, so I guess you're gonna have to simplify and dumb it down for me.
So, in the sense of real estate, with augmented reality, what you could do is that you could put up your iPad in a room. And there's different applications available where you can see what the furniture looks like in your bedroom or a piece of furniture looks like in your living room. Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
I'm not going to give any plugs in, but there are some applications you can look for out there. They're not paying us, so you can do some research yourself and see what's out there.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize. So is it like something that just looks hologramish, or
it looks like a hologram. You could pick the furniture that you want in your living room, and you could adjust your phone or your iPad to see what let's say a couch, to see what the couch looks in a certain section of your room.
Damn. So let me ask you this: how can real estate agents use VR and augmentation to actually help them with their real estate process?
It's a matter of working with your buyer. You could use the virtual reality to provide the 360 tour. If a buyer doesn't want to leave their house, just is paranoid because of the coronavirus, they could look at the 360 tour at home, and then you could tell the person pull up this application. This is the application that you could use to try out the augmented reality. They could look up the picture of the living room and then pull up the augmented. Usually it works in person. I'm not sure if it works actually with pictures, but you definitely want to be in that location so that way you could pick up your iPad or your whatever device that you're using to see what that piece of furniture looks like in that room.
Guys, that's crazy. This is the future of real estate, the future of our world, actually, to be honest with you. I've probably a lot of you guys have never seen this movie called WALL-E, or I believe it's called WALL-E, and it's basically a animated cartoon, right? And it basically in the movie it shows this heavy set guy who sits in a floating bed, right?
Yeah.
And have you seen it before?
I saw parts of it.
You saw parts of it, right? So pretty much it just, the whole notion is that our world, or in Wally, it basically depicts that, you know, society itself is lazy, right? Because we could do everything just from sitting in one specific. Do you think it actually dumbs people down? Do you think we will become a lazy society?
No, I think if we do things moderately and we do things smart, and I don't want to isolate 360 tours just to the coronavirus, just because of the situation we're going through right now. I mean, I think it's an excellent tool to use if you have multiple locations and you can't be at two places at once. Let's say you have 3 or 4 listings, and why not have one on a 360 tour and tell people, hey, listen, take a look at the 360 tour, and if you want to actually see it in person, some people want to get a feel of what the hardwood floors sound like. They want to see that the paint is still fresh, and they want to smell that. They want to smell that, what the rooms smell like and stuff like that. They want to have the senses to be in that room. So tell them to take a look at the tour first, and then you can actually show them the property. But in the sense of dumbing it down, it's not going to dumb anyone down. I mean, it's definitely a great tool to use to your advantage.
Nice. Good, because I was worried about that, because I just feel like things were just going to be so simplified that people are going to be lazy. But if that's not the case, then that's a great thing. And you brought up a great point where, like, if people are watching something through virtual realm, afterwards they can actually go and look at the property, get a feel for it, touch it, and all that crazy stuff. Because I was actually kind of worried that people are just going to use this virtual platform to just look at the property, pull offer, and then buy it. Yes, granted, there are people who actually do that, you know, but in the most cases, me as an agent, right, just as a regular consumer, if I'm looking to buy a pair of sneakers or shoes, I want to go to that store. I want to try it on. I want to put it on. I want to make sure that it fits. Same thing for property. If I'm looking to buy a home, I want to go to that property. I want to touch it. I need to touch on the wood floor. Make sure if there's squeaks, how much of a squeaking noise is it? Is it making such a loud noise that it feels like I'm going to fall through the ground? Is there things that's broken down in the house? Like, I need to be able to touch it. So I feel like even with VR coming into and being implemented as part of a new system, at the end of the day, real estate is a relationship thing. At the end of the day, people are going to want to touch what they're about to purchase, especially you're talking about real estate properties that's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I definitely encourage somebody after they look at a virtual tour to go in and look at the house, because this is the simple stuff. You're not going to be able to see if the windows slide up and down, how they're working. You're not going to be able to see the floorboards and stuff like that. There's a lot of details that you're not able to capture with a virtual tour, but a virtual tour does still give you that feel that you're in the property. It does get you an introduction to that property. It's a great way to introduce that property.
Nice. You guys hear that from my man Juan Rodriguez. Juan, before we get off Experiences with Sadiq, how can people actually contact you and reach out to you for advice, assistance, in regards to maybe agents who wants to set up real 360 virtual reality? How can they reach out to you?
My Facebook, you can always reach out through Facebook, is Juan Rodriguez. My Facebook is Winners CircleVR. My email is Juan@Winners CircleVR. So those are the best ways. My other email is jrodmedia@gmail. Those are the best ways to reach out to me. It's always through email. I'm always willing to provide some type of consultation, and it's always in the sense that I'm finding ways to work with you. I'm never trying to get $1 off of you. I could always show you different ways to create virtual tours. It doesn't necessarily have to be just hire me, because there are less cost-effective ways to actually make it happen.
Yeah. Nah, you guys hear that from my man Juan Rodriguez. Every Mondays here on Experiences with Sadiq, we'll always be providing you guys some definite knowledgeable interviews that you guys could basically walk away from. Whether you're buying or selling a home, I'm your guys. Every Mondays on Experiences with Sadiq. Talk to you guys soon.